Spider Daddy, Daddy Spider-Man, Spider-Man Daddy, in more ways than one, come to find out, made it back. Hello and welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm going to be reviewing Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. This movie was amazing. However, first of all, I want to apologize for making this video so late. This week has been hectic and I haven't had time to record anything, much less gather my thoughts about this movie. So I did take some notes. It's not as thorough as I would have liked, but we're just gonna go with it. So the first thing I want to say is so last week was hectic as well, work related, like my actual job. Outside of this is so far this is a hobby because I'm not really getting money for this, but because last week was pretty hectic, I had scheduled to see this Thursday night. I felt when I was scheduling, because normally I do schedule, especially Marvel movies, because normally like they keep me awake, I stay awake because I love Marvel. Sony is okay, but I guess I like them for now because they have Spider-Man. Hopefully only for now. I'm just gonna say it. I kind of nodded off a few times because I feel like this movie may have been a little too long. However, that is probably because I was super tired by the time I got off work and went to go see this. The only other movie that I've fallen asleep to, or fallen asleep while in theaters watching it, is the Batman, and I am not saying that this is on that. This is the same level as Batman. This movie was so much better than the Batman. So much shorter as well, but also so much better. But anyways, after seeing it a second time, I stayed awake completely and loved it a lot more because there were some big things that I missed. Like one thing I missed, spoiler alert, but where they showed the live action scenes, I missed that part. Yeah, there were just little things that I missed, and because of it, it kind of left me confused. Like I seen the beginning to like most of the middle, and then like after the middle of the movie, I kind of missed some things. And then I seen the ending, and well, I was kind of confused. But I will say, I did Google to see if there was an end credit scene when it ended, and I seen that there wasn't, so I left the theater. I was like the only one to leave. I know that's not normal for Marvel people or like Marvel fans to leave like before the credits end, but nowadays you can really just Google if there's an end credit scene and it's pretty accurate. Like they're not gonna lie and say no, there wasn't an end credit scene when there actually was. Like as far as I'm tracking, there wasn't. But anyways, let's get into this. Okay, so the beginning, I loved the beginning because I loved Spider-Gwen. I didn't know she was a part of a band, first of all, but that soundtrack, oh, the music, the soundtrack, the score, love it. Love the soundtrack and score. I've been listening to both like on repeat. I really love the soundtrack. Well, I really love the score because I love that drumming theme or whatever, because it reappears throughout the movie in different tracks on the score, and especially at the end, that was fantastic. Oh my god, it was so good. That scene was so good. And then also when they showed like the characters from the original that hadn't been in the movie throughout the whole movie, I'm like, oh my god, the band's back together, like pun intended. Oh my god, it was so good. I loved it. But yeah, the soundtrack, score, loved it. I will say though, like the soundtrack, like the music album that was released for this movie, I prefer the one for the original movie more. Maybe I'm impartial because Nicki Minaj was on that one and I love her, so that might be why, just saying. But also I don't think there was any women on this new album, which I don't like. And if there wasn't that many because I don't remember seeing any or hearing any, but it was okay. There are like 2 tracks that I have like sought out to play again. So yeah, I guess it's better than nothing. But the score, oh my god, I love the score. I've definitely been playing that like non-stop. So yeah. So moving on into the rest of the movie, I found it interesting that, and just to preface, this isn't really in order, so bear with me, but yeah. So two things I found interesting is that in Sony's version of their cinematic universe, canon events are the Spider-Verse version of Marvel's Incursions, and also Spider Society is the same thing, or it seems like they're similar to the TVA, because they both stop Incursions canon events. So yeah, the Spider Machine was so interesting, but also so terrifying at the same time. Oh my god, that was creepy, but it was so cool to watch. Also, speaking of things cool to watch, the Lego Spider Universe, I did not expect this, but as you can see, I love Lego, so that was just, it was so good to watch. Oh my god, and it makes me really want to get the Daily Bugles like that much more. Going back to cameos, I loved the live action cameos. I did not expect them to be in this. I was kind of hoping that they would be in this, like we would get some sort of like live action payoff. And because they showed oh, also Donald Glover as freaking the Prowler, which that paid off from like a version of from Tom Holland's, one of Tom Holland's Spider-Man movies. Speaking of, 2 out of 3 of the live action Spider-Man were in this, but Tom Holland wasn't. Like why was he not in it? Like what, was he unavailable? Like it's, yeah, Marvel, it's a partnership between Sony and Marvel, so it's not like they couldn't do it. I don't know. Maybe next movie, and yeah. But also, speaking of live action though, I feel like Miles Morales is gonna swing into live action at the end of the next movie, because the directors have said that the next movie will be their last movie with Miles Morales, which means it may be Miles Morales' last animated movie, because he'll be swinging into live action. That's what I'm thinking. But speaking of swinging in, and anyways, bad segue, Insomniac Spider-Man was in there. And also, speaking of Insomniac, they just announced pre-orders at the time of filming this for the Spider-Man 2 game, and it looks pretty incredible. It comes out in October, mid-October, I think. I'm super excited for that. I had honestly expected it in like to release in like November or December, so I guess I don't know. I'm happy that it's coming out sooner than I expected. But going back to the movie, I loved Mumbattan, and I love Spider-Man India. Like, he was so cool, and I'll get to him in a minute when I like talk about the characters a little bit, like give my 2 cents and what I felt and thought about them. But Mumbattan was beautiful. The music that they played was beautiful, like especially when like Miles was like entering, like gliding into Mumbattan or swinging into Mumbattan. It was beautiful. Oh my god, there is a certain part of that soundtrack that track that is not in the score, and I really wish it was. So yeah. Also, I'm super excited that freaking Peter B. Parker, aka Spider Daddy, Daddy Spider-Man, Spider-Man Daddy, in more ways than one, come to find out, made it back, reappeared, and I love Mayday Parker, and I hope we see more of her in the next one. However, I don't like the fact that he was kind of keeping away that big behind secret from Miles. Like, I didn't like that, but I am excited to see him team up with Gwen in the next movie, to see both of them hopefully redeem themselves by saving Miles, and hopefully Miles is like forgives them. Because don't get me wrong, what they did was really messed up, but like I don't want to see the parents arguing, you know? Like I want everybody, why can't we, you know, just get along? Yeah, because I love their relationship. Like Peter B. Parker is definitely like a father to Miles as well, or like maybe an older brother like figure. But yeah, I love their relationship, and I hope it's not broken. But well, it is kind of right now, but hopefully it mends itself. Or anyways, okay, the characters. Miles. I love Miles. He's shown so much growth in this movie, but he's still so funny. Oh my god, he's so funny. This movie is so funny, especially the Spot as well. And Miles and the Spot's interactions were hilarious. But I did not expect him to be bitten by a spider from a different universe. That was incredible writing, and did not expect that curveball at the ending. But yeah, Spider-Man India, going back to him, I love how regardless of what was going on screen, he's still positive, funny, and optimistic about it all. Like, he was just happy-go-lucky, and it's nice to see that, because you know, most Spider-Man, they're yeah, they crack jokes, but they're still kind of like sad, and he didn't really, even if he was sad, he didn't really let it show, which was refreshing. But however, by all means, you know, feel your feelings, but it was refreshing to see a different side, or a different Spider-Man, you know. Yeah, I loved it. I love him, and I hope we see more of him in the next one, which actually it seems like we will, because he's on the team. So yeah, Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hara. His design is so cool. I would love to play as him in like a future Spider-Man game. I know it's not going to happen in Spider-Man 2, but maybe in like another Insomniac Spider-Man game, maybe we could play as him. I would love that. That would be, I feel like, just as cool as playing as Venom Spider-Man. Yeah, but he did not have to be that attractive, but I'm glad he is that attractive. And he's got some spider sacks, like some booty cheek. Just saying, them freaking drawers knew what they were doing, and I'm glad they did it. So yeah, thank you for your service. But Spider-Punk was so likable. Oh my god. And the fact that he was collecting stuff to make like his own little thingy, like not time travel, like his own little multiverse watch thingy, whatever it was called. Like that was so amazing. I love him. I want to see more of him. Yeah, Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman, was incredible. The fact that she was pregnant and doing all that stuff, I know it's animated, but still badass. And I loved it when Spider-Gram was like, "Can you adopt me?" She said something like that, like along the lines of that, and oh my god, it was so funny. But honestly, like, same. Can you adopt me? Like, please? Because you are a badass woman and a badass mother. But yeah, let's talk about the Spot. I love the Spot. He was funny. I loved it that, don't get me wrong, it's heartbreaking that he wasn't taken serious, but it's also heartbreaking that now that he is taken serious, he's about to do serious damage, I fear, in the next movie. But I mean, I guess that's what Miles gets for calling him freaking villain of the week. Like, oof, if words could burn, that was scalding. Like, dear God, that was rough to say. Hilarious, but rough to say. And definitely struck a nerve with the Spot. But from what I see, I think he's kind of like that in the comics. He's kind of like not taken serious. So the fact that this is like, this really showed how dangerous he can be is really cool. But I really love his powers. Like, I think he's got, his powers are like one of my favorite villains' powers like ever. Plus I think he's like one of my favorite villains because his colors are black and white, which are like, that's like two out of three of my favorite colors. So yeah. Finally, I want to talk about Spider Prowler, because again, I did not expect that, and I'm not sure if that's like in the comics, but it was really cool to watch and to see like what would happen if Miles went like the dark route, because there was no Spider-Man or Spider-Bite to like guide him in the right direction. Which, that universe was really sad. Oh my god, it was so sad. But it was such a curveball, because you thought Gwen was in the right place, and you thought Miles was getting back to the right place, but then oops, nope. And I just knew when his mom was like, "Who's Spider-Man?" I'm like, wait, no. Like, it gave me chill bumps. It's giving me chill bumps now. Oh my god. It was just so like, it was so sad and scary. Oh my god. But I'm really curious to see what happens in the next movie. And I do want to see kind of like, I want to see more of Spider Prowler's world and like the changes. I want to like be able to compare it to Miles Morales, the Miles we know, the Spider-Man Miles, to his life. I want to see like the differences. So yeah, but all in all, I think this movie is incredible. I love the music. I love the soundtrack, the score. Honestly, I've been listening to the soundtrack so many times, and I honestly want to go see it again, like for the third time, because it's just that good. It's just so beautiful, and there's so many Easter eggs, way more than I could ever cover. But yeah, this movie, I'm excited for the next one, and I hope it's only a year that we have to wait, because I don't know what I'm gonna do if it's more than a year. But let me know what you thought about this movie. Sound off in the comments down below. Do you like the soundtrack? Do you like the score? What character is your favorite? I think mine, oh, I asked a question and I don't even know my answer to it. Oh God. I think out of the Spider-Man, I think my favorite, oh, it's a tie. I love them all. I can't pick one. I love them all, like, equally. Even Spider-Man 2099. He's so bad, but he looks so good. He's so hot. Oh my God. I'm just saying. And if you know who voices him, it just is the icing on the cake. But yeah, I think, because I'm going to consider, well, I can't even do that. I was going to say out of the two villains, because I kind of consider Spider-Man 2099 a villain, and obviously the Spot, but I love them both equally as well. Like, yeah, it was just so good. Like, oh, this movie is amazing. And yeah, I wish I could do a more detailed and thorough review, but work has been taking a toll. So, but yeah, sound off in the comments down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already done so, please like, comment, and subscribe, and also hit that notification bell to receive notifications whenever I post new videos. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.